It seems this whole Bricks and Minifig situation has more layers in it than Shrek's onion analogy, because now they're trying to circle back and deny any kind of allegation that they were trying to obtain some of the GoFundMe money that was being raised for the Manswell family during the situation. This whole controversy that we've talked about several times at this point began back when Brian Mansell and his 80-year-old father had claimed that they had consigned a valuable Lego Star Wars collection to the Bricks and Minifig store in Salem Keizer, Oregon, agreeing that they were going to allow the store to sell the bricks for them and gain a 35% commission on all the bricks that they had sold. While at the end of the agreement, they were meant to give back the property to the Mansell family, and it was to remain their property while they were selling it for them. This whole dispute later exploded all over the internet, and I've even been covering it because YouTuber Reckless Ben began an investigation where he claims that the collection, which had widely been reported to be worth around $200,000, had not been returned to the family after the store had changed hands. Bricks and Minifigs has since sued Ben, the Mansell family, and everybody that was involved in this controversy, and has alleged that it was a coordinated campaign against the company to try to break down all the Lego brick castles that they have made and their little empire that they have. There was even a statement provided to Dexerto by Bricks and Minifigs where they stated that they had worked diligently to resolve the Mansell concern, and that they described the situation as an isolated and unfortunate incident that had been related to a single former franchisee. And the company also directly addressed some of the controversies that had been circulating around the GoFundMe fundraiser that was made for Mansell and his family, letting everybody know that at no point did they make any sort of legal attempt to seize any of the Mansell family GoFundMe money or anybody else's GoFundMe off any other account, nor did they ever approve any consignments as an authorized sales process within their company. And as you guys know, if you guys have been following this along with me as well, GoFundMe and the creator of GoFundMe himself became a major part of this controversy after Reckless Ben claimed in a video that he put out on June 9th titled My Final Message that he could not post the next episode of his investigation because he risked jail time and losing the lawsuit against the company. He also claimed that the money raised for Mansell could go straight to the mystery company, and later confirmed that the fundraiser had been taken down, and at the time it had raised between $300,000 and $400,000 in donations, according to Ben. Later on June 10th, though, the fundraiser was restored after showing a message that said fundraiser not found on the page. At the time of Dexerto's recent article that I had read about the last video, it had reached around $457,730 of its $500,000 goal. Bricks and Minifigs also came out with a new statement where they deny they make any kind of legal attempt to seize any of the GoFundMe money, though that does not address why the fundraiser was temporarily unavailable, and it seems like they may have tried to put out some sort of dispute regarding the incident, saying it was a false claim for money. The company also came out with some statements disputing the $200,000 value of the collection itself, saying that much of the reporting on this issue includes inaccurate information, most notably the collection's value, which is far less than the reported $200,000 that everybody's been talking about. Which, if you go back to CoffeeZilla's own claims, these claims by the company actually line up, because CoffeeZilla did his own investigation where he estimated that the collection's actual value was around $107,000, which is still a ton for Lego bricks, and he suggested that only around $10,000 to $20,000 worth of Legos may still be unaccounted for. However, CoffeeZilla also stated that the Mansell family may still be owed around $50,000 to $83,000 by Bricks and Minifigs for parts of the collection that were actually sold. So they did not pay out for some of the things they ended up selling for them, even though they do claim a commission on that. Bricks and Minifigs also pushed back about the consignment agreement that was the entire center of this dispute in the first place, claiming that the Lego Mansell family had made a consignment with the store saying that the Salem Keizer store was allowed to sell brick sets while the ownership of the bricks were still supposed to remain with the Mansell family until each item was sold. And if that agreement ended, any of the remaining bricks that were not sold by Bricks and Minifigs was supposed to be returned to the family. Well, Bricks and Minifigs has come out saying that the consignments were never approved as an authorized sale, and the company stated that there was a legal investigation that determined that the former franchisee operators operated in contrast to the corporate's procedures and expectations for franchisees. And following that investigation and the situation with Reckless Ben, Bricks and Minifigs says that they are starting to crack down on the procedures at its locations, including having more rigorous record keeping and inventory management, and greater transparency in the buy, sell, and trade process, and a comprehensive staff training on professional conduct and corporate protocols. So obviously they're trying to avoid another situation like this again, and in the meantime they are stating that they are still committed to trying to resolve the issue in a way that all parties can endorse course. A statement that they give as disputes continue to unfold across YouTube, social media, and in the court system, with there being a preliminary hearing that is set up for June 30th, which I would definitely love to hear the results of. It looks like that's pretty much it as far as the updates regarding the Reckless Bin and Bricks and Minifig situation. I just wanted to keep up with it and talk to you guys about what was going on. And I would love to know what you guys think about everything that has happened so far in the situation. You guys can even check out my full timeline breakdown of the whole entire scenario. But if you guys have made it this far, like my videos, check out my other content. I work really hard to put these out for you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one that I do put out.